What's up, everybody? This is Charles, and this is Sound Off Fridays, and I'm with the lovely
Xavier.
What's going on, Xavier?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. So tell me, if there's anything that you could change about church, be it your individual church or church as a whole, what would it be?
If I could change anything, and it can be anything.
Anything.
I would change the tradition of it all.
Okay.
I feel like if they there's so many churches that they target one group of people, and everybody needs to be fed. So make it an environment that is more open to everyone.
Okay. All right, Melissa. If there was one thing you could change about church, what would it be? One thing.
Off the cuff, one thing I would change about church is people being more real about their testimony.
Okay.
And only because it'll help those that are coming in feel more comfortable instead of acting like you ain't ever did nothing back in the day, like you never made no mistakes. It just brings up a wall that makes people feel like there's just something false about you.
Right.
Like, be real. People need to know your testimony. People need to know what you went through, and it helped them go through what they're going through.
I guess the judgmental part.
Okay.
The part where they claim to accept people, but have something to say about everything that happens. You know what I mean?
People should just embrace people more, basically.
Embrace the same struggles that you had if you're over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, realize that we are all human.
Right.
Realize that we are all human. That we go through the same thing. I go through the same things you go through. You go through the same thing I go through. You know, it may not be the exact same thing because not everybody has the same story typically, but that's definitely a thing that's become a problem. Something that I've noticed.
Word, true.
Yeah.
One thing.
So if I had to pick something to change about church, I would say that it would be the perception that people have of church, and that's due to the judgmental people that have been in church, because God is not judgmental and He loves everybody. So a lot of people in the church try to judge people because they're not like them or they don't believe the same way that they do, but that's not God. And that pushes people away from church, and that's the reason why some people say, I'm not going to church anymore because of the hypocrites. So if I could change one thing about church, it would be the perception that people have of it, and the people who are inside the church loving people for who they are and not judging them as Christ would.
If there was one thing you could change about church, what would it be?
It would be, honestly, I would think to say like the judgment that you get from church.
Okay.
I know that church is supposed to be a judgment-free zone, and you're supposed to be able to go there and open yourself up to God and to His followers with no judgment there, just looking towards gaining a closer relationship with God and being able to better yourself. But that's not always the case in my experience with church and people of the church. So to answer your question, I would say just the judgment that comes with trying to put yourself out there with stepping into a church environment.
Alan, if there was one thing that you could change about church, be it a specific church, an experience, or church in general, what would it be?
I think I would change, if there's one thing I could change about the overall body of Christ church, I would change the complacency of the church. I feel like even the older generation before our time, I feel like most of them, not all of them, are complacent in their faith. So they're comfortable with where they're at, and they don't want to reach out. They don't want to go to those people who are out there that are running from the church because of possibly the hypocrisy or anything like that. And based off of where I've experienced church now, we do a lot of outreaches, we do a lot of community events, and we accept people for who they are. Not saying that we don't want them to change, but allowing people to come into the body of Christ as they are and allowing God to change them through His Spirit. So.
All right, y'all. These were the street interviews for Sound Off Friday. I appreciate everybody who took part in the street interviews. for those of y'all watching, y'all can also take part. Feel free to chime in the comments, and also if you have any questions that you want us to ask on any upcoming Sound Off Friday, just let us know. Like, comment, share. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this a movement. Sound Off. Let's say what we really feel here and start having these interesting conversations. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace, love. Sound Off, everybody.